What's going on, guys? This is Knight here, bringing you another episode of Sea of Thieves. We're starting a little bit earlier. Normally I gather everything up, but today is the Black Powder Stash Runs update. And for people who play Sea of Thieves, you're probably used to the mercenary voyages at this point. You go to Duke, and he has some new ones. He has one for the wilds, the ancient isles, and the shores of play, so pick one based on where you spawn, more or less. There's also one for Pirate Legends that is exclusive to the Devil's Roar, and you can tell why. That's just hell incarnate. And then you have a Reaper's Black Powder run to the east that goes all the way up the east side of the map, to the west that goes all the way up the west side of the map. And that's for all the forts. It picks them at random. But this is going to be a very dangerous update due to the fact that you're carrying tons and tons of powder kegs aboard, and just one ship in the distance that has a good sniper could ruin your entire day. But most of them will pay out with a big powder keg, the stronghold one at the end. So do be careful and don't dilly-dally. Get it, get out of there. Also, as point of notion, there are 3 new cosmetic items. I do not know the prices. I will let you know as I unlock them. But you have the mercenary one, which is a scorpion. Looks kind of cool, to be honest. And that's for completing the master black powder smuggler, which is doing all 3 of these. And then there is the inevitable Reaper flag for the eastward black powder, and the inevitable Reaper sails, which is much better in my opinion for the westward black powder. Which I picture everyone's going to be going for this first, so I would avoid doing westward to start off. But now that we're all ready here, I'll be showing off the commendations as I complete the Ancient Isles one. Actually, let me show them off real quick. We have no one in sight, luckily. I'm gonna raise this though, so we don't have a server merge. But, whoops, wrong one. You go to build drats in mercenary voyages, there's tons of them. So you got one for completing the shores of playing ancient isles and the wilds, only one of it, which is pretty easy. And then there's the master black powder smuggler for the scorpion figurehead, just complete all 3. That's a whopping 55 in of itself. But then you have complete the Athena's one, just one of it, easy enough. You have the west side and the east side once. And then you have it do it 3 times with the Reaper's mark flown, which arguably you should just do that from the beginning, unless you really are on during prime time, then do it without. But honestly, just do it with it. It's worth the risk. Also, in this update, there will be mermaid gems now spawning on islands. Like they're like dropped off shipments that fell off ships. And their challenges to turn 20 into the Gold Hoarders, the Order of the Souls, and the Merchant Alliance. Easy enough. I'm a Pirate Legend, so that's kind of wasting stuff to an extent, but they're more plentiful in the world, so I'm fine with that. Then you have sell 20 gunpowder barrels to all 3 factions. Okay, easy enough. Then you have sell 5 stronghold barrels to each of them. Okay, and more wasted XP, but then, from that point out, I can just sell them to the Athena's Voyage, which is this one. As a Pirate Legend or on a crew with one, sell 5 of them, 5 stronghold barrels to the Mysterious Stranger. Okay, now we're talking. And then complete all the selling challenges for each of the 3 main guilds, the Gold Hoarders, the Order of Souls, and Merchant Alliance, and it gets you 15. And it's quite promising. Like, there's a total of exactly 300 doubloons that you can get, and it's honestly like very, very well worth it, at least to start off. Sorry, I need to take a sip here. But I'm quite excited for it, to be honest. I'll be dropping a smaller video to explain the exacts, but For now, let's... Oh, don't be moving my gilded mercenary or my gilded voyage around. Okay. These do cost doubloons, so you're using them as you spend them. Okay, so we got Thieves Haven. Crooked Mass. Or Crook's Hollow. And... what are you? You're not Barnacle K, are you? No. Too elongated. It's Castaway. Okay, so I think we go Castaway, Crooks, Thieves Haven, and then back to Plunders. Because I don't want to end up here as my last one. That could be quite deadly. Also, this is just a spare map. Pay it no mind. Okay, so we head for Castaways first. Dead North. Which this might be quite the deadly endeavor. Oh, by the way, for those of you who are following, it's kind of dark right now. Kind of dark right now and hard to see. But I did get the Wild Rose completed 5 times and have the steering wheel, which I am quite enjoying. It's just nice to have something else to look at, you know? If that makes sense. At night, it's hard to tell which one's which. It's just the one with the big head on it. Make sure we didn't take on water anywhere. Okay, that's looking good and promising. Now, on this patch, especially if you're doing it like around the first... oh, hoo-hoo. Luckily I noticed we were veering off course there. If you're doing it especially within the first week, do not light your lanterns. Leave them off. You do not want to be spotted. The moment you're spotted, the trolls are gonna F you up, for lack of a better term. And the last thing you want is to make it almost all the way, be spotted because of a dumb error like that, and then lose everything, because that's the whole thing about this run, is that it's so easy just to lose all your progress and waste doubloons. I guess you're not wasting them, you can, unless you're like, you fully completed it, you'll get the doubloons for completing the quest, but then if someone blows you up on the way to turn it in, you lose everything. And of course, at least on a sloop like myself, there's not really anywhere I can hide it. I put it up top in the crow's nest, or on the nose of my ship. Honestly, I want to put it in the crow's nest because of random cannon fire from the islands. I don't want ending my entire, go just because I got a little bit lazy. It'll take a little bit more time, mind you, but it will be well worth it. Better to take an extra 10 minutes climbing up and down the ladder than to, save that extra 10 minutes and then have a random cannon fire from the island just end your entire run as you're going to turn it in. This is going to be a tad bit of a tight squeeze. Do as I say, not as I do. Don't go for stupid maneuvers like this. You're just wasting supplies for your ship at that point. We are a little low on supplies, surprisingly. There was a metric ton of food, but like no wood or cannonballs. And some people might say, oh, just log out, log back in, get better spawns. I don't want to waste time doing that. I'll take it as it gives it to me. It's a little bit of a challenge, you know. Game's been generous the past few days. Also, with this update, the Hunter Call all reputation is a lot better. Just turn-in values in general, except for like the monster meats. Those have stayed the same. We are going to pull up on its west side. Let's shorten these. But all turn-ins to the Hunter's Call upped, which is good. Sure, no ships are on the horizon. Okay, we're stopped. Now, all gunpowder barrels count. Let's see. Nope. I'm 0 for 1. I was gonna say, let's see if we can snipe the skeleton and take his. No ships. Is that a ship? It's a brig? Really? I don't think it's coming for me. It'd be a pain in the butt if it was, but also to lose a couple of barrels. Also, one tip I'm gonna show you. So you can see where the X's are. Deal with all skeletons. Make your life easier. Oh, you cunt. How? You know what? Not the ass. That brig's off in the distance. There's one somewhere in the forest up here. Right about here. Because nothing says safe like a sword fight around a powder keg. Be smart, people. Now, I'm going to be moving them one at a time onto my ship. And you might think that's a little foolish. My reasoning is if I need to run, I prefer everything to be on the ship already. I might see if my buddy Rogue wants to help out here. Easy enough. just to get out of my face. Okay, it looks like that brigantine's heading a different direction, which is good. But let's see if we can get Rogan here, shall we? Let me move away from the gunpowder barrels in case I accidentally bump my controller. I hear those skeletons. Bring it on. Way down at the southern end. Now, of course, like, if you don't care about the commendations, you could just skip over getting these gunpowder barrels. That might be coming for me. You could skip over getting these gunpowder barrels for more of a rush tactic to get, like, the stronghold chest to, like, level up Pirate Legends super fast. You could also just go around to the different forts grabbing like 4 or 5 gunpowder barrels. Which that's another strategy I just thought of. Okay, it's stopping at that island. I could be a douche and shoot out its things, but I'm not gonna. I'm gonna go eastward to like try and avoid this person's a-holery, which I think Crooked Mass is eastward anyway, or Crook's Hollow. It's over in south, that's fine. Need to avoid as much as I can. Now, I am very hesitant with this brigantine there. He said no, by the way. He's busy. I kind of want to stop at the fort just to see if I can find any extra gunpowder barrels. Since these forts are dead. By the way, when doing the east or west fort runs, take note of where the skull is, because it can spawn at an active fort. So you could be shooting yourself in the foot by not paying attention. I will check the tower on the way back, by the way. Because I know some people are going to be like, oh, you missed that. Now, since we are at a fort, I guess I can swim it out. I was gonna say I'll just put it up there, but might as well go the extra few feet, put it in the boat itself. Now, if that brigantine starts moving my direction, I'm dropping everything. Or if I even hear it fire in my direction, I'm dropping everything. That's probably not supposed to be poking through. Oh yeah, and on a sloop at least. Sorry, throat's killing me. Much better. On a sloop at least, you need to store it in the mast. On a galleon, you could probably store it on the middle layer. Be fine. Though you risk anyone sneaking aboard your ship just ending your career right at that moment. But the mast is just the safest for all of them. Like, take the extra few moments. Don't be lazy. Just a quick loop around. You know, I'm gonna say 2 is good. An extra 2 to start off. Not bad. I don't feel comfortable with a brig 1 island over running up to the top of the fort, because if I get up there and they start sailing, that's gonna be one rough ride. I will check the tower right here though, maybe even the other tower. Depends on how greedy I feel. And I guess it goes without saying, if you're gonna be fighting megalodons or krakens at all, put them up in the top. Oh, yeah, okay. I was about to say I'm feeling quite greedy and I really want a 3rd, but I got the 3rd, so no longer feeling greedy. I've doubled what my first island's profit was by just stopping at the fort next door. Honestly, that brig is... You know what? Screw it. YOLO. Now, most people would say, oh, sword dive. Hell no, not with the barrels there. I would on, like, any other occasion, don't get me wrong. Partially just because I like to sword dive. Okay, that's not gonna work. That's fine. See if we can get a 4th. This one's very vertical. Okay, there's 4. Let me put them near, like, the entryway, see if I can find any others. That brig's still. That's good. That's very good on my end. Now, some people might say, oh, it's not fun to, like, try and game the system by, like, avoiding the ships at all possible. To which I say you're silly. Like, of course I'm gonna take the safest route I can. One more. Okay. You know what? I'm fine with this outcome. We have this one, and we have the one right by the entryway. That's a total of 5. That's about an island and a half's worth of gunpowder barrels just from a fort. And take note, the forts just spawn them naturally. You could just go around grinding the normal gunpowder barrels. Where'd the ship go? Okay, it sailed off into the distance. We'll dive from this, though. But, overall, Like, this update, especially since you can turn it into the pirate legend himself, or the mysterious stranger himself, this is a very lucrative update. Gunpowder barrels are very common if you bother to grind them out. In which case, you can make a decent chunk of rep gain. Especially if you're like grinding towards Pirate Legend. This update's gonna be lucrative as all get out. Ow. I'm gonna just keep coconuts on me. Okay, so we're heading for Crooked Mass. Or Crook's Hollow. Jeez, okay. We have 2 on the north, 1 on the south. I think I'm gonna go in the cove, get the furthest one first, and then get the 2 closer ones. We're sitting at 8 barrels currently. For what should be only 3 per island. So all in all, this is very profitable. And honestly, with how I thought about how these challenges go and while talking to you guys, all normal barrels I am selling straight to the mysterious stranger. Like, I guess I could, like, grind it. Either way, I would have to grind it out. So better to get the commendation out of the way. I guess you're right, yeah. Rather than wait till the last second to attempt to do all of them. Which would suck. After we stop at this island, I'm quickly going to run for... Oh, wait a sec. Where's the cannon on this island? Make sure there's no pirates near me, and I'm running for water. Okay, I'm back. A little bit away from the mic. There we go. You know what? If the shroud ghost popped up in the distance, I don't want to know. Oi. Just, my voice is dead. I thought there was a galleon there. I was about to cry. Ship's okay. We're gonna try and cut to the far side of the island, which this tunnel is going to be a huge help. Oh crud, it's up top. Okay, there should be a ladder inside, if I recall correctly. Yeah. I'm only familiar with this. I tend to avoid small islands, or big islands in the past. Only going for the small ones. The only reason I'm so familiar with this one was I started doing Tall Tales with the first mission, the Shroud Breaker, a lot later than everyone else, like a week later. And therefore, I didn't have to deal with all the nonsense of people camping the islands or all being on the quest at the same time. And therefore, I was able to get Crook's Hollow here over and over and over again, non-stop. And it was brilliant. Oi. The Rock Ridge. Right here. Like here-ish? Here. It's not a powder keg. What is that? Is that a box of tea? Yeah, not worth. Not worth in the slightest. Okay, we're going for that northeastern one now. Unless you're grinding out Merchant Alliance, which I can understand some people, that's their hardest one. Then yeah, grab it, but otherwise, no, it's not worth it. Also, check along the beaches for mermaid gems, since they can now wash ashore. But if you're really looking to grind out the Merchant Alliance, then literally the Devil's Roar cargo runs are your best friend. Worth a try. But yeah, the Devil's Roar mercenary voyages are 100% the way to go. I originally thought the same way. Merchant Alliance was gonna be my last one. It was gonna be so hard. I got Merchant Alliance to 50. Or I actually got it to 45 and then skipped the last 5 ranks. But I got it to 45 first. Because it's so lucrative. You make so much money. It's silly almost. And to like top that off, you make a lot of money from it, and it's so easy to do. That mixed with well, right now there's gonna be people in Devil's Roars doing the voyage, but like a week or two from now, like it's gonna be dead, like it always is. As long as you learn patience, so that you are not, god dang it. As long as you learn patience, so you're not dealing with the constant being destroyed by volcanoes, then you should be good. It's on the nose here. Okay. Should be about here. We were at 8. We got 2 more. We're at 10. So I guess those fort ones are making up for what will be the merchant crates. Slightly annoying being able to see my health bar. Oh, the brig's back. Wonderful. And it's heading in the direction I need to go in. Fantastic. And these are multi-step voyages. So you better be prepared to like sit an hour out, if not more, while doing these. Unless you're like doing the rush strategy. And you might hear me rage today, dependent on what exactly goes down. We have to go dead south. How bad is Thieves Haven? It's only 2. Okay, I could pull in, go up the ladder, grab that one, then sail to the southern end, grab the second, or just run to it, honestly. I really like the steering wheel. It doesn't match my current color scheme, but once I get the one from Mission 8, it'll be perfect. The gold and red mixed with the red paint accents of the Morning Star paint. But I thought I'd show off this update today. So far, so peaceful. So far. It's not that big island in the distance, is it? No. It might be. Yeah, I think that's it, actually. I don't like that the brig is going the same direction as me, though. Put slightly to the side, readjust. I really like the centerpiece here. Where's that brig going? It was probably just going to turn in. But I want to make sure it doesn't spot and then follow me. It must have gone to turn in. Either that or it went westward. Got no one on the east. That's a good sign. Any mermaid gems? I would assume they'd shimmer like the rest if they were there. Ooh. A few more rocks in the water than I realized. I have debated doing the Art of the Trickster last night, but I didn't. Knowing that it is one of the most deadliest in just ending your career then and there, I did not want to risk it with only 3 hours, knowing how long Wild Rose took, and that's without any, like, death penalties or anything. I was not about to do one that is notorious for ending you, and then attempting to do it in under 3 hours. Like, I probably could, but on the off chance I didn't, then you guys would just have, like, an incomplete, video. I'll put myself at half-mast while I scroll, and normally I'll go in full speed into Thieves Haven, but I don't want to risk it, you feel? Hopefully no one's here either. Make sure I'm not taking on water. I've had a couple instances, not in recent time, but it's what causes me to check so much, where, like, I nicked an island leaving it and just all of a sudden the ship's sinking. Now, unlike my normal strategy where I'm using them like anchors, you could, I guess you can consider them as like sky anchors. Okay, I'm hidden from view. First one's over here and up. Thieves Haven has always been that place where I kind of wish the pirate legends would spawn. Hey, those were skeletons, not players. I got real worried for a sec there. Okay, it's up above, I can tell. Which is fine. Or is it? Let me double check. Yeah, it's up above. But yeah. Thieves Haven is a place where I've always kind of wished that the you could spawn as a pirate legend, you know. Okay, it's what is this one? Exotic spices. I'll dig it up fully. Yeah, not worth it to me. To other people, that would be quite valuable. Okay, no ship yet. Now we do want to check sunken ships. Let me make sure any mermaid gems. Nope, okay. Heading to the southern border then. But we do want to check shipwrecks because apparently the mermaid gems can spawn there, and that's just, whew. That's very lucrative. If you're... Oh. Hi there, fall. This is the southern bit, right? Yeah. Just how do you get down? Like this. That's how. Keep eyes out for mermaid gems. Oh, I thought that was a mermaid gem for a sec. Anything of note? A crate of cannonballs. Eh. It's right behind this, so it's about here. Final chapter. Again, if it's something valuable, like worth a lot. No, that's exotic silks, I think? Okay, so going... Discovery Ridge, that's a stronghold chest. Okay, so going to that fort was actually lucrative in my eyes now. Because it made up for what was complete garbage to us, at least, you know. Because if these were all powder kegs... Whoo! Storm's roaring outside in real life. Ain't gonna stop me, though. Discovery Ridge is a pain, though. Oh, no, it's Devil's Ridge. Never mind. It's on the southern tip, too. Okay, from there, we could just go to Ancient Spire, which would be... It would be... Since we're turning everything beside, including the stronghold chest in to them at first. That's a pain. It honestly is. Can I do a Yui? I might be able to do one. But it's a pain that we have to turn into all the alliances. I mean, we don't have to. I want the doubloons, though, to keep doing these runs. So it'd be in my best interest, too. Because I'm debating just turning in all the stronghold chests to the mysterious stranger and saying F the gold hoarders and whatnot. But there's a lot of doubloons on the line. I guess I'll figure out which ones are the most lucrative and go from there. So I have plenty of doubloons, plus looking at other things. There's plenty more doubloons I can earn just across the board. Is there one for stronghold chests? Might get that one just by accident. Okay, I thought that was a Megalodon music picking up. I was like, no, 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 no. I always wondered, if you could get enough people, could you go fight the Hungering one from the Hungering Deep DLC? Or is that not an option anymore? Any mermaid gems? Any at all? There's a rowboat, but no. Now the Devil's Roar I'm worried about, because it's gonna be grizzled veterans that go for that one, or just plain stupid risky people. And I'll invite him over. I'll be in for a surprise, though. Hey.
Why'd you invite me into yours?
Well, I'm in the middle of recording right now. There's a new update for Sea of Thieves based around digging up gunpowder barrels and seeing how long you can go without selling them.
Why is that?
It's the new update. It's the Black Powder Keg update. I'm currently have 10 barrels aboard, and I'm going to dig up a stronghold barrel on one of the islands, so. And and this is just one of the simple ones that has you going to islands to dig them up. There's also a east and westward facing voyage that has you going to all the forts, and everyone goes to all these forts. Oh, dear Jesus. Oh, never mind. Get psyched out, shark. But, in general, it's just a very dangerous update, but quite fun. I haven't ran into anyone yet, but, you know, that's just the, the start of it. Also, the fact that the hunter's call is a lot more lucrative. You can find mermaid gems washed up on beaches, and in sunken ships. So they're bringing life back into different aspects of the game. I was gonna say, if you wanted to join, I'm about to turn in this first bit. You just have to be okay with being on recording for like an hour or two.
Generate 10 energy. On fire.
And the dangerous thing is, because you're given a stronghold barrel at the very end of the quest, one stronghold barrel can blow up an entire ship. Any ship, including the galleon. So it's quite the dangerous endeavor. Oh, and these gunpowder barrels can be turned into anyone, including the pirate legend person. So, like, it's very lucrative for rep as well. And they've also removed sniper skeletons from everything except for ships. Because
Why'd they do that?
They're complete and utter nonsense. Because they can, two-shot you. So if you have two of them, you're just dead. But B, sniper skeletons, while in a quote-unquote explosive update, would be, just one skeleton could end your entire run, since what you're turning in can be destroyed.
Good point.
The one I'm not looking forward to is they have a voyage for the east, or for the 3 sectors, like the Ancient Isles, the Plentiful, and the Wilds. They have one for the east and westward, and then they have a pirate legend one for the Devil's Roar. Only the place that can sink your ship by itself. It doesn't need help of gunpowder barrels everywhere. Yeah, I've been doing different, Okay. That has renewed my faith in everything. The fact that just a ruby mermaid gem floating in a shipwreck has made this 100% worth it. Jeez. Is it thundering where you are at?
Oh yeah, it's pretty bad.
Like, it's so loud my mic's starting to pick up on it.
Well, it's actually past at this point.
Oh, it's still pouring down over here.
Yeah, no, it had already finished out here. Dodge to enter, exit the rift. Entering leaves behind a small rift.
Where are you playing?
Warframe, they added an update so you can actually read all the fucking passives and shit. And they give you tips on, like, all of their ability. Like, I didn't realize I was playing Frost to maybe, like, 40% efficiency.
Okay.
So, like, because some of the tips that they give you, one of them is the snow globe that you can do, where it basically pulls up like a dome shield. If you step out of it and you shoot your frost bolt at it, it causes that to explode, dealing damage to everyone around it. Yeah. Had no idea that did that. Had no idea that it's better to deploy that in the very beginning of combat when you're taking shit tons of fire, because the more bullets it takes within like the first 5 seconds, the more health it has.
By the way, Eric, join me if you want a large payment in Sea of Thieves. I'm about to turn in a huge load.
That's a shitty ability.
You there, Eric?
He's very, soft. And not just in the flappy sense.
He does look at him. First down, he has his huge load.
I
We're
mean,
still
normally
fine,
you
though,
become
within
flappy
50
after a
and
huge
20.
load, so
Within 10 meters. Okay, that's kind of cool.
we won't knock what you're into, Eric. I think we might have broken him. But yeah, guys, so we're gonna be turning in this loot. We'll see how much we get per se. Like, I picture it being a halfway decent chunk, especially towards like the gold hoarders. But I'll just have footage of me
That's a
turning
cool
it
tip.
in at the end here, in case any of you are interested.
1.3 gigs out of 4.5.
Alright. I can wait. Yeah, this update has to do with powder kegs, Eric.
What?
This update has to do with powder kegs and turning them into any faction you want. So it's a quite dangerous and explosive update.
Some of these abilities for Warframe are not very good. Like, their passives are not very good.
Like how
Like,
bad
two of
are
the
they?
characters... Like, two of the characters just move faster when sliding and shit.
They're probably like the older characters though, you know.
One of them was not.
And that's when you know they ran out of ideas.
Oh shit, that's a pretty cool tip. I mean, pretty cool passive. Well, not necessarily, because Neja was later on, but that was still before Inaros, and...
I heard Nejano, it's like, when the hell did you move over to Smite?
Yeah, no. But Neja looks exactly like the fucking Neja from Smite.
Probably just based off the Chinese god.
Oh, I'm sure. Because Wukong's based off of Chinese folklore. Jump creates a trampoline lasting 5 seconds. Enhances bullet jump maneuverability by 25% when used by allies. Well, it's not... Whoa, wait, hold on, go back?
Never.
What? I don't remember her having those. Still prefer Frost Prime, though.
Frost Prime was pretty good. What was the... It was Nova Prime that was super broken when it came out?
Hold on, I'd have to look. Yeah, I think it was Nova.
Is it still broken or did they nerf it?
Oh, I highly doubt. I don't think you can. I think it just has abilities and shit. Only missing actually a few warframes.
Well, like, that's an example of, like, can you even get Nova Prime in-game, or could you only buy it?
No, you can. They do the same thing that that Fortnite kind of does. Like they'll vault shit for a little while and then they bring it back out. But there are
Okay.
still ways to get.
Nova
Like there
Prime.
are still keys and shit to get the stuff to actually.
I'm surprised you haven't grinded that one out for just how broken it is.
Because it's hard to. Because a lot of it's not the same that it used to be, where you could kind of pick something and like work on that, so to say. Treasure hunt, hold on. Oh, what's this?
What's your update at, Eric?
I'm joining now.
Alright, cool. So my only thing is do not have a weapon in your hand when you go up to this crow's nest. We will be turning in all the stuff starting at the gold hoarders. And right trigger ignites the powder keg, so be careful.
Oh, so how many people do we think are actually going to go raid Area 51?
6.
So let me put it to you this way. Apparently, most of the hotels on September 19th, the night before, are fully booked out.
Good. I think this will be fun to watch.
Where you gotta go, like, perch on a hill in the distance with, like, binoculars.
Fuck that shit. I'd be the one to ask the military straight up, be like, hey, I'm gonna bring a whole bunch of, like, fucking video recorders. Can I just sit up top and just watch everything? Free copies to everybody that participates.
Do you need another invite?
They're gonna get, what's gonna happen is they're gonna get to the fence. They're gonna try to climb the fence, and then some fucking airman is gonna come out there with the fucking can of OC spray. Let's go. And that's gonna be it.
Let me know when you've
You don't
spawned
think-
in.
You don't think that they're going to do live fire training exercises?
I would say if any of them manage to get over the fence, they're gonna get shot. But
Hell, I don't even think they'll make it to the fence.
this would be a perfect time for the Air Force to try out their non-lethal weapons that they test. Also,
No, it's called natural selection for a reason.
I just gotta say, if the government was hiding aliens, it would not be at Area 51.
Yeah, there's
Area-
plenty of better places.
Area 51 is like would be a decoy.
Have you spawned in yet?
They would bury that shit in the fucking Rocky Mountains somewhere.
Hell, they've probably already taken over the German base in... Where was that? Some ice base, like, up in the north that was abandoned for quite a while.
They, you
It's
know
been
the
hidden for fucking ever because it was initially, like, iced over.
the Cheyenne Mountain Complex or NORAD's?
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be where it's at. Anywhere. All right, I joined Donnie.
Okay, they're up top in the crow's nest. Do not take a weapon up. Like, have your telescope out or something.
All right.
And we're just turning everything. We're turning everything into the gold hoarders. Right triggers to.
Off the shit.
Please don't. Ignore that.
What the fuck? That's so cool.
And, hero condition 1.
You're gonna become rich off of this. How much gold are you at now?
I don't know. Oh, would I take these barrels?
To the left. That golden tent on the beach.
I cannot stress how much I want to blow up that gunpowder.
If it weren't for the fact that this is for gold and XP that you more or less get for free, don't.
I can do it.
This is an actual mission.
Hold on, I'll be right back. I'm gonna drink it.
As he continues to point the gun at the crow's nest.
No, I might save it up.
The one cool thing about this update, Rogue, is the fact that you can just grab gunpowder barrels from anywhere. It doesn't have to be from doing the voyages. So you can just like go to the different forts and pick them up.
Who does it get you experience for, though?
You can turn it into anyone, including the pirate legend. And with the fact that the mermaid gems are now like super plentiful. Like I went on a shipwreck and freaking there was a ruby mermaid gem, which normally even with 2 people it's god near impossible to get. So like the fact that you're able to like now like very easily level up your this is like a very lucrative update. Even for people that have no doubloons to do the quests with. You know, this is super lucrative in just the fact that you could go around to each of the different forts just getting gunpowder barrels and turning them in for XP.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
I also
Over
got
here.
myself a sandwich, so...
You know, that sounds really good right about now.
Mom made dinner last night, so I got leftovers. Well, no, she made it 2 nights ago. So I had leftovers.
Okay. You back, Eric?
Yeah, I'm here.
The only odd thing about this update is the fact that the gunpowder barrels are only worth like 200 gold each.
And so why am I not picking these up again?
Because they get you rep for the different guilds. And they get you doubloons so you can buy cosmetics and whatnot.
Okay, that's a bit better. Oh shit, I just fell.
Like, there's 3 really cool cosmetics you can get with Duke up at the tavern once we've completed each of these, the quests that he has to offer. Also, Eric, if we happen upon another ship doing this, feel free to blow them up.
That'd be the plan.
Also, so these are normal gunpowder barrels. I turned in there's only 1 or 2 more up top, by the way. So there's one called a stronghold barrel that you get at the end of each of the basic quests, or you get a lot of them in the more expensive quest. And it's covered in like bones and like skull markings. That one can blow up any ship, like to Kingdom Come. Like it will instantly have all the holes in it and start sinking rapidly. So if you find that barrel, light the fuse. Don't shoot it. Just light the fuse and watch them like get blown to smithereens.
Why wouldn't I shoot it?
I'd have to look it up. I'm not sure if it does as big of a radius if you shoot it.
I mean, if it's on a ship and I shoot it, wouldn't it be the same result?
I mean, yeah, especially since they're doing the runs. But if you're able to sneak on their ship and light it, go for it. So here, follow me up here.
No way, I only have 1 of those.
But all the...
Yeah, that's all the barrels. We also had a mermaid gem, because mermaid gems can now spawn in the wilds.
I don't know what that means.
They're like, so there are mermaid statues in the water, and you can turn them into any guild. But, these mermaid gems now spawn in shipwrecks and on the beach, so they're a lot more plentiful, which is really good. Hope you all enjoyed today's episode. If you did, please hit the like button down below and subscribe if you haven't already. If you want to see more Xbox One or Sea of Thieves content like this. This is Knight. Have yourself a good evening.